Living with arthritis can be a daily struggle, with joint inflammation and pain taking a toll on your quality of life. But did you know that the food you eat can either worsen or alleviate your arthritis symptoms? That's right. Making smart dietary choices is key to managing arthritis effectively. In this video, we'll reveal the top 10 foods you should stop eating if you want to find relief. By understanding the connection between food and arthritis, you can empower yourself to make informed decisions and take control of your joint health. So get ready to bid farewell to these 10 troublemakers and pave the way for a more comfortable and vibrant life. Processed meats.
If you have inflammation in your body, gastritis, colitis, arthritis, it doesn't make a difference. You must reduce those inflammatory foods, like your processed foods, your potato chips and fast food, your processed meats, your bacon, your ham, and even hot dogs.
When it comes to arthritis management, processed meats are a big no-no. These meats undergo various treatments, such as smoking, curing, or adding preservatives, which can trigger inflammation and worsen arthritis symptoms. They are often high in unhealthy fats and sodium, which contribute to joint inflammation and swelling. Consuming processed meats regularly may also lead to weight gain, putting additional stress on your joints. Some common processed meats that you should steer clear of include sausages, hot dogs, bacon, deli meats, and canned meats. These products often contain additives, nitrates, and high levels of sodium, all of which can exacerbate arthritis symptoms. Instead of relying on processed meats, explore healthier protein options. Go for lean cuts of fresh poultry, such as chicken or turkey, as they are lower in unhealthy fats. Fish, rich in omega-3 fatty acids, is another excellent choice. Additionally, incorporating plant-based protein sources like legumes, tofu, or quinoa can provide you with essential nutrients while reducing inflammation in your joints. Embracing these alternatives will not only benefit your arthritis, but also enhance your overall well-being. Sugar and artificial sweeteners.
A Harvard study done back in the mid-2000s showed that there was over 180,000 women in the study, first of all, showed that there was a link between consuming sugary beverages, such as a sugar-sweetened soda, one or more per day, actually increased the risk of rheumatoid arthritis.
Excessive sugar consumption can act as a silent instigator, fueling inflammation in your joints. When you consume sugary foods and beverages, it can trigger a spike in blood sugar levels, which in turn stimulates the production of inflammatory substances in your body. This can intensify arthritis symptoms, making your joints feel even more painful and swollen. Always be on the lookout for hidden sugars hiding in seemingly innocent packaged foods. Manufacturers often sneak in added sugars under various names, such as high fructose corn syrup, dextrose, sucrose, or maltose. These sugars can be found in sodas, candies, baked goods, and even seemingly healthy items like cereals and sauces. Reading food labels diligently and being aware of these sneaky sugars is vital to make informed choices that support your joint health. While cutting down on sugar is important, it doesn't mean you need to have to forego sweetness altogether. Explore alternative sweeteners that won't wreak havoc on your joints. Natural options like stevia, honey, or maple syrup can satisfy your cravings without causing a surge in inflammation. However, moderation is key, as even natural sweeteners should be consumed in controlled amounts. Gluten.
Gluten is inflammatory, which is why I stay away from wheat flour. And luckily these days it's easier than ever to swap it out with stuff like almond flour, coconut flour, gluten-free all-purpose flours, or my favorite, paleo baking flour.
Gluten, a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye, has a lot of negative impacts on arthritis patients. While not everyone with arthritis experiences sensitivity to gluten, some individuals may find that consuming gluten worsens their joint pain and inflammation. To follow a gluten-free diet, it's important to be aware of the foods that contain gluten. These foods include wheat-based products such as bread, pasta, cereals, and baked goods. Barley and rye-based products like beer, malt beverages, and certain condiments also contain gluten. Additionally, gluten can hide in unexpected places like processed foods, sauces, and even some medications. Carefully reading food labels and opting for certified gluten-free products can help you steer clear of gluten-containing foods. Fortunately, there are numerous gluten-free alternatives and substitutes available that can still make your meals enjoyable, and they include gluten-free grains like rice, quinoa, corn, and oats, if labeled gluten-free. Other examples are gluten-free flour for baking, such as almond flour, coconut flour, or gluten-free flour blends. It is also advisable to embrace a variety of fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats to create well-balanced gluten-free meals. Fried and fast food. We all know how tempting those crispy fried treats and convenient fast foods can be. However, if you have arthritis, these indulgences can cause you a lot of health problems. Fried and fast foods are typically cooked in unhealthy oils, which are rich in trans fats and omega-6 fatty acids. These fats can trigger inflammation in your body, leading to increased pain and stiffness in your joints. Moreover, fast foods are often laden with excessive sodium and unhealthy additives, all of which are unhealthy for people with arthritis. To protect your joints, it's important to steer clear of specific fried and fast food items. Say goodbye to greasy French fries, deep fried chicken, battered fish, onion rings, and crispy fried snacks. Fast food favorites like burgers, hot dogs, fried chicken sandwiches, and cheesy pizzas should all be kept off your plate. But don't worry, you don't have to sacrifice taste for the sake of your joints. There are plenty of healthier cooking methods and alternatives to enjoy. Opt for baking, grilling, or steaming instead of frying to reduce the unhealthy fats in your meals. Experiment with flavorful herbs, spices, and marinades to add zest to your dishes without relying on excess oils. You can also switch to homemade alternatives like oven-baked sweet potato fries, grilled chicken or fish, and homemade veggie-packed burgers. By making these swaps, you can savor delicious meals while keeping your joints happy and healthy. Dairy products. Believe it or not, the creamy dairy products you love may not be doing your joints any favors. Some individuals with arthritis find that consuming certain dairy products can worsen their symptoms. This could be due to the proteins in dairy, such as casein, and the natural sugars found in milk called lactose, which may contribute to inflammation and joint pain. While not everyone with arthritis experiences this sensitivity, it's worth exploring if cutting down on dairy makes a positive difference in your joint health. When it comes to dairy and arthritis, it's essential to pay attention to the fat content. High-fat dairy products like whole milk, full-fat cheese, and creamy butter are not only rich in saturated fats, but may also contain higher levels of pro-inflammatory substances. These can potentially aggravate arthritis symptoms and contribute to joint inflammation. Minimizing or avoiding these high-fat dairy items can be a step toward finding relief. Alternatives to dairy products that you can switch to include almond milk, oat milk, and soy milk. Refined grains. Refined grains undergo a process that removes the outer bran and germ layers, stripping away valuable nutrients and fiber. What's left are refined grains that are quickly digested, causing a rapid spike in blood sugar levels. This can trigger an inflammatory response in the body, worsening arthritis symptoms. To minimize the intake of refined grains, it's important to identify common products that contain them. Processed white bread, white rice, regular pasta, pastries, and sugary cereals are some examples of refined grain products that should be limited or avoided. These foods are often low in fiber and lack essential nutrients, making them less beneficial for individuals with arthritis. Luckily, there are plenty of whole grain alternatives available to add variety and nutrition to your meals, and they include whole grain bread, whole wheat pasta, and brown rice, which retain their fiber and essential nutrients. You can also include ancient grains like quinoa, buckwheat, or amaranth for additional options. Nightshade Vegetables.
These foods contain a natural pesticide called solanine, which is mainly in the leaves and the stems.
Nightshade vegetables belong to a plant family that includes tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, and potatoes. While these veggies are nutritious for many people, some individuals with arthritis may experience sensitivity to certain compounds found in nightshades. Solanine and capsaicin are two natural compounds present in nightshades that have been associated with joint pain and inflammation in some individuals. If you notice an increase in arthritis symptoms after consuming these vegetables, it might be worth considering whether nightshades are affecting your joints. If you suspect nightshades might be contributing to your arthritis symptoms, there's no need to fret about missing out on its nutrients. Many delicious and nutritious alternatives exist to keep your diet balanced and joint-friendly. Consider replacing nightshade vegetables with non-nightshade options like sweet potatoes, carrots, zucchini, squash, and broccoli. Alcohol.
Well, alcohol can generally create problems for arthritis just because it tends to, at least with me, it interacts with inflammation, but also because of medication I'm on, you have to be very careful with the side effects that can happen there.
While a drink may seem like a way to unwind, excessive alcohol consumption can potentially worsen arthritis symptoms. Alcohol can interfere with the absorption of certain medications used to manage arthritis, making it even more important to be mindful of your alcohol intake. It's not necessary to give up alcohol entirely, but moderation is key. Limiting the consumption of certain alcoholic beverages can help minimize their potential impact on arthritis symptoms. Be cautious with high-sugar cocktails, sweetened alcoholic beverages, and heavily processed alcoholic drinks. Social gatherings and alcohol often go hand in hand. But there are ways to manage such situations while still supporting your joint health. If you choose to drink, consider pacing yourself and alternating alcoholic beverages with water. This helps you stay hydrated and reduces your overall alcohol intake. Additionally, you can explore non-alcoholic alternatives like mocktails or flavored sparkling water to enjoy a refreshing beverage without the alcohol. High-sodium foods. Sodium, commonly found in salt, is an essential mineral that our bodies need in moderation. However, consuming too much sodium can lead to water retention and bloating, which could lead to more complications in people with arthritis. It is always advised that those with arthritis cut down on their salt intake, but lowering your sodium intake doesn't mean sacrificing flavor. Instead, focus on using herbs, spices, and citrus juices to enhance the taste of your meals without relying on excessive salt. When dining out, don't hesitate to ask for dishes with reduced salt or for sauces and dressings on the side. Saturated and trans fats.
Oils like canola oil, safflower oil, soybean oil, the ones we grew up on, are very inflammatory because they're processed at such high heat. You make them high in omega-6s, which are inflammatory. The easiest thing you can do is swap those oils for low inflammation, anti-inflammatory oils like avocado oil and extra virgin olive oil. Easiest swap ever.
The types of fats you consume can make a significant difference in managing your arthritis symptoms. Saturated and trans fats, commonly found in processed and fried foods, can contribute to inflammation and joint pain. These unhealthy fats can also raise cholesterol levels, potentially affecting your overall cardiovascular health. To minimize the consumption of saturated and trans fats, it's crucial to identify their common sources. Processed and fried foods like burgers, hot dogs, French fries, packaged snacks, and commercially baked goods are often high in these unhealthy fats. Full-fat dairy products, fatty cuts of meat, and certain oils like palm oil and coconut oil can also contain higher levels of saturated fats. Switching to unsaturated fats found in foods like avocados, nuts, seeds, and oily fish like salmon or trout can have a positive impact on your arthritis symptoms and overall health. These fats offer anti-inflammatory properties that can help reduce joint pain.